don't think we're alike at all, Mr. White. You are not a cautious man at all.
What we are, really, is a pharmaceutical company. And you are not our most valuable asset.
You don't have any competition, not as far as I'm concerned. After all, how pure can pure be?
Giancarlo Esposito is a straight-up villain royalty. From Gus Fring in Breaking Bad...
Please, just Gus.
Hi, Gus. Gotta tell you, you guys make some killer chicken.
Well, thank you very much.
to Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian.
You know what to do. Long live the Empire.
Dude knows how to leave you shook with just a look that haunts you long after the screen fades to black. But here's the real tea. This man's not just playing bad guys. He's a whole artist. Started on Broadway at 8, almost took the priest route, and even lived like a street thug to dive into his roles. At one point, he thought about faking his own death for reasons you are about to find out. Get ready, because we're about to spill the real tea behind that haunting look.
I have to ask. Why?
Before he was out here giving cold-blooded villain with that stare that could slice glass, Giancarlo Esposito was just a multicultural baby born in Copenhagen. His full name is Giancarlo Alessandro Esposito. Yeah, he came in hot with that dramatic flair straight from birth. Born in 1958 in Denmark, not the Bronx. His dad was an Italian stagehand and carpenter, and his mom, an African-American opera singer who also hit the nightclub scene. Talk about artsy genes. He lived his early years in Denmark before heading to New York, where the real magic began. By 7, baby Giancarlo was already on the mic doing radio commercials. He reps both his Italian and African-American roots loud and proud, and honestly, it shows. Esposito's journey to fame wasn't the typical Hollywood route. No, honey, he didn't start in front of the camera. This man began his career on the stage, making his Broadway debut at just 8 years old in Maggie Flynn. Bet you didn't know Giancarlo Esposito once hung out with Big Bird. Yep, in 1982, he played Mickey, Big Bird's camp counselor on Sesame Street for 4 episodes.
Rusty, this is Big Bird. Big Bird, this is Rusty.
Before that, he was on The Electric Company. He's always had a soft spot for educational shows. But hold on, this story has some juicy layers. Apparently, before he was all about the limelight, Esposito considered becoming a priest. Like, can you imagine Giancarlo a priest? But turns out the stage had other plans. He was part of the Merrily We Roll Along cast. But, whoops! That show shut down faster than a bad date, closing after just 16 performances and 56 previews. Talk about a flop, but hey, we love a comeback story. Esposito's career in the 60s and 70s had him playing African-American roles. And sure, he's got Italian roots, but there weren't many roles for black actors back then, so he took whatever he could. He went for Spanish roles, learned the language, and started booking parts in movies like Maximum Overdrive.
Your mama.
And King of New York.
Emilio Zappa sends his regards.
Still, the man was woke enough to realize he was taking spots from actual Hispanic actors, so he made the bold move to stop. Not a lot of actors would pull that move, but Esposito wasn't just about playing the game, he was thinking bigger. Then, the man got into Zoomin', a 1980 play where he went full throttle with a role as a sociopathic street thug. To really get into character, he spent time with the real deal, street thugs. Now, I don't know about you, but that's dedication. It's also how he got noticed by none other than Spike Lee. Yeah, the Spike Lee who was so impressed with Esposito's intensity, he knew this man was going places. In 1980, Lee asked Esposito to read for School Days, a musical that turned out to be a game changer for both of them. Fast forward to 1988, and Esposito is cast as Dean Big Brother Almighty, the big man on campus and leader of the fictional black fraternity Gamma Phi Gamma.
6 weeks online and you still do not meet the approval of your big brothers.
That role? Pure gold. It made him a household name and set him on the fast track to stardom. Now get this. School Days wasn't just a one-off for Esposito. Oh no, he stuck with Spike Lee like a loyal sidekick. The two teamed up again for Do the Right Thing.
Who told you to buy a brownstone on my block, in my neighborhood, on my side of the street?
Mo Better Blues.
Sorry I'm late.
We could not cannot catch a cab. You cannot find a cab in New York City.
And Malcolm X. By this time, Esposito was starting to get that villain vibe on lock, and let's just say once he stepped into those roles, he never looked back. School Days wasn't just a hit for Esposito. The cast included heavyweights like Lawrence Fishburne, Tisha Campbell, and Samuel L. Jackson, people who would go on to dominate Hollywood in the 90s. He also voiced Akela the Wolf in Disney's The Jungle Book, 2016.
You and I no longer have a quarrel. And most importantly, we have peace.
Did some work on DuckTales, and even popped up in Home Movie, The Princess Bride, 2020. Don't let the villain roles fool you. He's done his time in the kids' corner. Now, the villain era kicked off with Girls Club, where he played Nicholas Hahn, a cold, bossy type. The show flopped fast. Only 2 episodes aired, but for Giancarlo, it was a turning point. That role set the tone for all the scary, powerful characters that came after. Through the 90s and 2000s, he was a regular in TV crime land. CSI, Miami, New Amsterdam, Law & Order, Trial by Jury. And he had a thing with the original Law & Order. First as a defense attorney in season 7, then again in seasons 14 and 15 as Rodney Fallon, a guy fighting to clear wrongfully convicted clients. But let's keep it real. The role that sealed Giancarlo Esposito in pop culture history, Gustavo Gus Fring in Breaking Bad Cold, calculated, quietly terrifying, that man made folding chicken boxes look like a mob ritual.
You are done. Fired.
But what fans don't always see is the storm that hit before the spotlight. Esposito was married to Joy McManigal, and they had 4 daughters together: Shane, Kale, Sear, and Ruby. Things eventually fell apart. They divorced, and the breakup hit hard. So hard, in fact, that Esposito declared bankruptcy. He even considered unaliving himself, not in the typical sense, but by arranging his own death to leave life insurance money behind for his kids. That's how dark it got. And get this, he almost didn't get the role of Gus. Vince Gilligan, Breaking Bad's creator, didn't initially consider Esposito. He assumed Giancarlo wouldn't be into a small TV part, but once he saw Esposito's audition tapes, game over. He knew he had found his villain.
This is what happens now. My men will come back inside, and you will shake their hands, and you will make peace.
Originally, Gus was just supposed to be a side dish. Tuco and Hector Salamanca were meant to be the main course, but Esposito brought such a chilling elegance to the role that the writers expanded his storyline, and rightfully so. The man turned a mild-mannered fast food boss into a walking nightmare. Esposito wasn't about to play second fiddle either. He told Gilligan straight up he wasn't interested in a throwaway role. He wanted something layered, deep, worth sinking his teeth into. Gilligan delivered a beloved community man by day, meth kingpin by night. That duality, Esposito ate it up.
Gail, it's good to see you.
Mr. Fring. Wow, this is...
I should have called first.
He credits his chemistry with Bryan Cranston and the killer writing for bringing Gus to life the way he did. The role, iconic. So iconic it started haunting him in real life. Like the time he was on a plane, just reading a script, minding his business. He gets up to hit the bathroom, sees a lady waiting in line. She looks over her shoulder, freeze. Like she saw a ghost, and straight up let him cut the bathroom line, calling him Gus the whole time. Even after he said, "I'm Giancarlo," she hit him with the creepiest, "I know." He didn't just act, he etched that role into people's psyche. By the time the boys rolled around, Esposito was that dude, booked, busy, and built for power roles. While filming Jet in Canada, he ran into the boys' showrunner Eric Kripke, who took one look and was like, "Yup. That's our Stan Edgar, cold-blooded CEO energy."
It's not my birthday, and this is not a gift.
Giancarlo had it in spades. He signed on, brought that calm, calculated menace to the role, and instantly became one of the most terrifying suits on TV. No powers, just pure control. Then came Star Wars. In The Mandalorian, Esposito stepped in as Moff Gideon, dark cape and all, serving serious villain realness.
I want. You may think you have some idea of what you are in possession of.
He didn't just stumble into the role, he had history with Jon Favreau from Revolution and The Jungle Book, and that bond paid off. Giancarlo was hyped. He even rang up Samuel L. Jackson like, "Bro, I made it to the galaxy." But plot twist, behind the scenes, the man was soft for Grogu. Yup, Baby Yoda had him smitten. He'd look into those googly eyes and forget he was supposed to be evil. And if you thought he was done, think again. Esposito pulled up to the gaming world like, "Let me show y'all something." In Far Cry 6, he became Dictator Anton Castillo, voice, face, attitude, everything.
Always truth.
You're a monster.
Ah, I think that was truth.
And before that, he was out here robbing banks as the dentist in Payday 2. Villainy? It's not just a role, it's an art form, and Giancarlo's the brush and the paint. Off-screen, Giancarlo Esposito is a total 180 from the stone-cold villains he plays. The man's a vibe, bubbly, chatty, and chill. Fans meet him expecting Gus Fring, but end up getting your favorite cool uncle who's into yoga, saxophone sessions, bike rides, and, wait for it, hat designing. Yes, this man's got flair for fashion, too, with a filmography longer than your cousin's WhatsApp status. Over 70 credits since '79, Esposito's been working, and the industry sees him. 2 Critics' Choice TV Awards.
I'm so honored to be here and to be chosen by the critics.
A shiny NAACP Image Award for directing Better Call Saul, plus multiple Emmy and SAG nods. Hollywood Critics Association, they've shown love too. As for the bag, he's stacking. Net worths floating somewhere between $4 million and $8 million. And word is he pulls in up to $65,000 per episode on TV series. What is he up to now? As of 2025, Giancarlo Esposito is still that guy. No signs of chilling out, unless it's to freeze Gotham as Mr. Freeze. Yes, he's got his eye on that iconic Batman villain role. He's stepping into the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Sidewinder in Captain America. Brave New World, officially ticking off the superhero box. Over on Netflix, he's serving drama and dark comedy in The Residence, playing the chief usher who was cruelly unalived in a twisted White House whodunit. And if that's not enough, catch him in Your Mother, alongside heavyweights Mahershala Ali and John Cho. At 66, he's still burning bright. No scandals, no messy headlines, just work, range, and pure class. Giancarlo isn't just acting anymore. He's setting the gold standard, an industry OG with zero baggage, endless style, and the kind of presence that makes even silence feel loud.